Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So with that, let's get you up to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers. On 1st and 10, Goff gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Well, no slow start here. A couple of nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Goff now looks to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Following the penalty, Michel. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
180. I'm trying to collect.
On 2nd down, Michel. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. First carry for James Conner. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Conner on 1st down, not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a couple. 2nd down coming up. Levante David in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rutherford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll try and run for him with Connor. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. Throwing on 1st down. Rutherford. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. On 4th down, Rutherford. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. We're scoreless after 1. Again, it'll be Connor, and he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? They'll look to run with Connor. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
This is old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. It's that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part. But that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Goff. Safarian Jenkins has it. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
On first down, it's gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Off play action. Here's Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On second down, it's Connor, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Connor on the toss play. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. That toss play right, we know it's one of the successful plays they have in their arsenal, and they showed you why there.
And remember, in order for it to be successful, because it's a little bit of a slower developing play, those blocks at the line of scrimmage have to be kept, have to be held, so that the runner can get to the corner and turn it upfield.
Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4.
Check 4, check 4. Cover. We own them.
On second down, Connor looking for space. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Back to throw. Rutherford, and finding the tight end Hooper. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 32-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Looking to throw. Rutherford, he'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 2nd and 3. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended.
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Now that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now it's gone. And he comes back with one complete.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Mike, 180. Hey, check. Hey, one set.
Now a first down throw, gone. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Operating from the gun. Rutherford. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about it in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
Mark's 56. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
On 1st and 10, Rutherford over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Tighten to the right, boy. Tighten to the right.
On 1st down, Rutherford. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room.
He rifles one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Extra point put through by Boswell. And a rout is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down.
Come on, fellas.
So we've come to half. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Right back to Connor here on 1st. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Connor running right. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And he gets this all the way down to the Patriots' 23-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? From the gun, Rutherford, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Letting you know right now, you better.
On 2nd down now, Michelle, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, here's Goff. And that is incomplete.
And what with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
22. Check. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Connor. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
All day, dog.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 44-yard line.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd. Quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run on 1st down. Connor. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The corner, Stephon Gilmore, on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
56. Check.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
from the gun, a give to counter. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This from 54 yards away. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. That time they were looking for the former Auburn Tiger, Ricardo Lewis. But it's going to be second down. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now gone. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Right there, 54, right there.
Now Goff on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. I call it no gain there on the first down play. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Again, Goff, able to get this to Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with the tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Watch the pass.
Here's Goff. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. Out of the gun. Goff. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And Myers able to knock it through, and they'll get back 3. But this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Big edge.
Mike 56.
Throwing on first down. Rutherford, screen pass to Connor. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, it's Connor. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the run is Connor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Connor. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
Brings up 3rd down.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm crouch.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that mission.
And congratulations to them for achieving their goal. They have to finish the season strong, but you got to think that going forward for next year, they're going to jump that number up a little bit higher.